You all begin in the Palace of the Shadow King, a Gothic black castle, like a mirror to the Cathedral of the Two-Headed Basilisk in Galgenbeck. Most of the palace lies in crumbling ruin, home to unfortunate souls sheltering beneath its broken halls. None dare dream of what might lie under the rubble-covered catacombs and cellars. Tunnels sprawl beneath like writhing roots, digging deeper into the cold earth like cancerous veins. The inner wing still stands, acting as the home of the Shadow King, a being obscured by ritual. The slaves of the servants of the courtiers of the king come forth and do his will. The title is hereditary. Sons are always born to the Shadow King. Its whispered princes of the line disguise themselves as ordinary men, wandering the ruins, engaging in games and tricking travelers, multiplying the miseries of their people. Within those catacombs is you. You all find yourself chained to the walls of a dungeon, and not in a good way. You all face execution for heretical theft, but a hooded creature arrives. Think like Nazgul, very completely black, like you cannot see if they even have a face, let alone see it. Very wispy, ghastly, ghostly. And this creature comes up to you, like hovering. You can't even tell if they're walking. He speaks to you and says,
"You all seem to be in quite the predicament. However, I can offer you another chance at life."
And then he waves his hands, and one of your shackles just pops off. Just to show you that he can do whatever he wants to right now. And so he continues saying,
"The king's one true heir, his son Alden, is missing. Without an heir, the Shadow King will eventually be forced to hand his crown to his imbecile brother. If you get him back discreetly, wealth, life, and freedom will be yours. What say you?"
So he, she, it, they is asking if you would like to embark on this mission to save the king, the son of the king.
If it gets us out of this dungeon, I'm in.
Same here.
Get me up, please.
All right, and it kind of backs up, very ghostly. He waves his hands. All of your shackles are released. And then he begins to, he continues speaking.
"It is believed that the son Alden is imprisoned in the Accursed Den."
Oh, no.
So, let's see. You all don't know what the Accursed Den is. You probably have heard it before, myth, legend, and hearsay. But he also would offer you... Let's see what he's going to offer you. He's going to offer you a few pieces of information. It is up to you on how much of it you want to believe.
Oh.
Now remember, just to kind of preamble most of this. Nobody here is a hero, right? There are no good guys, right? Everyone is literally dying, or everyone is awful. Everyone is
Everyone sucks here.
Everyone sucks here. Everything sucks here. So people might be lying to you. People might not be lying to you. They might be telling you whole truth, half truth, no truth. So it is up to you again on how much you want to believe. And the D&D equivalent would be presence, I think it is. So that's to perceive,
right,
or something like that. So remember your abilities, remember your training, and you probably still won't survive, but still, it sounds cool. All right. So, the seer, he kind of stills himself, and other than, he was like really wispy and wavy as he was kind of addressing you, and he is now like perfectly still. And just completely straight and still, and then he starts to speak. He's scrying on the Accursed Den to try to see what's actually happening right now and see if he can give you any insight, any information. And he says,
"Something hungers in the depths. An enormous creature like a vast intestine."
Then he's silent for a moment and kind of pauses.
"Also, there are cannibals. They feast upon their own kind. They are throughout."
So then he kind of comes back, and then he says, he kind of gestures in one direction in the room, presumably the exit, and he lets you all out. So after that, you are released from the dungeon. You are on your way to what is believed to be the location of the Accursed Den. You're riding all on a carriage. You have whatever makeshift weapons and stuff that you are equipped with. Probably what you were captured with previously, or whatever they found, whatever was still in the carriage that you're riding on now. So as you're riding on this carriage, the carriage driver, rickhead old man, eye patch, he, if you could actually smell, all you could smell is him. The odor is absolutely. He's probably never bathed. So he's just riding along. You guys are riding in the carriage, and he's like chewing on something. I don't know where you'd get tobacco. He's like, "Oi, what are you all in for?" He kind of gestures over to you. Like, what did they let you out for?
I got caught in places of ill repute too many times.
Too many. How many is too many?
Well, as many as I win, apparently.
So what is your character's name, and tell us a little bit about your char.
So my character's name is Nifehl. And so he is earliest memories are of a brothel, and
Nice.
Apparently it was a very friendly environment. But
Sure.
he's apparently clumsy and dull-witted, but he does like to bite people and attack them with the bite thing. So, he also has an ancient gorehound with him, apparently. So
Okay.
Literally. Excellent. I
Yeah.
love it. Yikes.
Yeah.
God.
So there might be some repeat stuff
I love
because there is only like there's only
long lost sisters and
a
brothers.
finite. Yeah.
my character's also Nifehl from a brothel. And my
Spider-Man
characters
meme,
also.
like, yeah.
It's funny. I rolled up like 3 characters, and 2 out of 3 of them were named Nifehl, and had the same background. Like they had different stats, of course. So
No,
I
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's, just, it's so fun to be like going through these.
Right. Enrique, why don't you tell us about your character?
I'm Grittr. I am from, I think, the same town.
Sweet.
I think we were born in the same brothel.
Schleswig? The town of Schleswig?
Yes.
Yeah, Schleswig. My man.
I'm also clumsy and dumb-witted.
Yeah.
And I like biting people. I have a lot of teeth stuff and a lot of biting stuff. And I have a small chihuahua that is a vicious dog. So, that is Grittr.
Are you also never able to get to the point of a story?
No, I
okay.
can get to point to the story.
One of my things is unable to get to the point. I've never finished a story.
Oh my gosh.
I make jokes and then explain the jokes and then only laugh at my own jokes.
Nice, yeah.
That's great.
All right, Kristen, what about your
I
character?
am a Graft, a juddering and stuttering buffoon from PTSD that, from being raised in a life-shaming cult where everybody thinks that no one should be born into this fucking wasteland. So honestly, if we're to die, that would be some sweet release, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to research. I mean, what is life? If it's only to be. Why was I even brought here? How was I raised?
Calm down,
Why?
DJ.
Excuse me. Yeah, he's also an insecure piece of shit. That's gonna take my back, so that's. Just watch out.
Good stuff.
You're on my
Good
shit
stuff.
list now.
Oh.
Okay.
Alrighty. All right. So you get to the entrance of the Accursed Den. There is this almost like steps carved into this side of this hill or mountain. It goes deep under the ground, and you get into the entrance of the den itself. There is a stale smell. You see lit oil lanterns hanging from the ceiling. There is a small little stream of water that goes across the floor. If you can call it a stream, probably just a long puddle from holes in the rock, holes in the wall. Flying around the stream are black-violet butterflies that flap haplessly around over the water. Why doesn't everyone roll me a presence check? Whatever your plus or minus is, because it could be a minus.
That's an 11 on the presence.
It's a 2.
3.
All right.
These are all going in timeout officially.
Okay. No one passes, so no one notices. All right.
Shit.
What you do notice is now before you there are 2 doors. There's a door to the left and a door to the right. Which way would you like to go? They're both heavy wooden doors. They are all slightly ajar. And a faint sound of violin music can be heard, but you can't deduce from which door it is.
Okay.
So, number A or number B?
Let's go for the left door, I think.
Left door it is. Choose your destiny.
Let's flip a coin.
I mean, you could. All right, door number 2.
Number A.
Number 8. Wait, I was like, I said number 2, but that's listed. They have room numbers. I'm like, wait a minute. You said 2, but you meant door 2?
No, door on the left. You
Door on the left.
or
Yes,
right.
you are correct. You're correct.
Well, I know that.
All right.
I hope he gets eaten first.
Speaking of
Oh,
eating,
you said that without a stutter. I'm so proud.
speaking of eating, right? It's the anger that motivates the speech to straighten out.
Yeah.
Speaking of eating,
Uh-oh.
you enter the dining hall. The room is warm and bright, but there is a rotten smell. The sound of sad violin music is becoming a little bit more pronounced. There are more oil lamps. There is a large wooden table in the center of the room. There's probably 6 or 7 chairs on each side, and then one at each end. At the far end of the table is a bearded old man. He is just sitting in the chair. His skin is an ashen gray. He has dark rings around the eyes. Wearing a dusty old cloak, and he is simply sitting there. He is completely motionless, almost lifeless. Could be dead. What you also see in this room, at the far end, there is another door, and then to the right is another door. What would you like to do now?
Like to whistle. Little timer. Hello.
Absolutely no movement from this individual.
And there's no. Did you say there was food on the table or no?
So on the
Was there
table,
anything?
so there's no food. There are place settings. There's forks and there's plates and spoons and everything, but there's no food.
Okay.
Although they're all empty.
Okay. I think the guy stinks.
I think we just go past this guy and get on to the next.
My guess.
So I'm going to walk to the far door.
Okay.
And I'll follow.
Follow.
A few paces behind.
Follows.
Calm
Homie-
that shit show.
Homie the skillet. All right. So the far door is at the farthest end of the room, and slightly to the left. This opens up into a hallway. As you all, just as you guys enter the hallway, what you see, it goes down quite a few ways, probably about 50-ish feet down. You can see at the far end of the hall is another room, maybe. There's a faint glow from way back there. There's also immediately to your right another door. And then through what you can see so far, if you're just looking into the corridor, there are paintings along the wall. And
I want to check out these paintings.
Yeah, what are the paintings of?
okay. So, the paintings on the wall, they are all mostly landscapes, very bland. Like a goth Thomas Kincaid. You know what I mean? It's just dark.
Okay.
What all would you like to do now? Continue down the corridor or take the door to the right?
We just breezed past that guy. That guy didn't even flinch. Was there
Correct.
anything fun on him?
I don't know. You didn't look.
Oh. I guess I assumed that we would be stopped by the time we got, but I didn't want to interrupt. Okay.
Assume nothing.
Nothing.
Again, and it's funny because as I was going through this, I was like, okay, as D&D players, they're gonna think this. You know what I mean? They're gonna assume something. They're gonna try something that you probably wouldn't want to try.
Yeah.
But that's why you kind of have to. You gotta shake out some of the D&D stuff and maybe do something you wouldn't normally do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think it's probably a good thing we left the singly dead corpse thing there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. I mean.
Let's stay on
check out
task
more
so we
of
can get our
these.
gold from that weird guy. That we
Yeah.
really know if he works for the
Hopefully
king.
not. With his alarm system, like summoning the cannibals. Let's just keep going.
All right, so gonna keep going down the corridor. So you keep going straight. In what manner? Are we just like or trying to be sneaky?
Not anymore.
Right? Trying to be sneaky and coy, or
Oh yes. I mean,
Okay.
but like overcome with the shakes.
all right.
This reminds me of this one time I was sneaking through a dungeon and then someone. Anyways,
Oh
so
god, I'm gonna
yeah.
hit him with my femur. That's it.
In the femur with the femur.
In the femur with the femur.
All right. So, so as you guys walk into and walk through the corridor, as you walk past that door, you can hear like these scratching sounds on the inside of the door, and almost some faint screaming and moaning from the other side. So, as you all continue past,
Not good screaming or moaning.
not the good kind of screaming and scratching and moaning.
I'm just saying, this party, like, it might be.
I mean, it could be. You don't know.
Could be, you know. Your kinks, kink shame.
I mean, in the real world, probably not good way. In this world, it could be. I mean, they could all be good. Could all be good, you know, depending on what you're into. Let's see. Everyone, go ahead and give me another presence check.
Okay, we've got to pass this one, guys.
I have negatives. Ooh.
Oof.
13.
That's a 5.
17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. As you all continue down, what was your character's name again?
Grittr.
Grittr. Grittr notices on the floor there are some like kind of horizontal lines. Probably about a 5-foot section of the floor. You see very parallel horizontal lines in the floor. So what all would you like to do with that information? Or, so there's that, and then, of course, there's still, it's about halfway down this corridor. There's still farther to get before you get to the end of the corridor and into that next room.
Wait, so it's 2 walls and there are
Yeah.
2...
So,
So I'm trying to...
yeah, so the hallway is probably about, 5-ish feet wide. You get to a section, so on the floor. So you see like seams in the floor,
Okay.
like horizontal seams in the floor, probably about 5 feet wide. But beyond that, it continues on to the another part of the corridor, or the other room at the end of the corridor.
How many? Was it just 2?
It's
or
like
was
it's
it
2 lines,
2 lines.
completely parallel.
Okay. Well, it's better judgment, maybe. I'm gonna try to step in between them and like touch the walls on your side.
So you're gonna. So the lines on the floor, you're gonna step. You're gonna step in between the lines. Okay. One of the paintings is in the same, in that same section
Yeah.
on the wall.
Okay.
So what happens when you stand there and you touch against the wall, the painting moves, and then that section of the floor, it drops out,
Oh,
and you
no.
fall.
Can I try to grab the sides?
Let's see, what can you do?
Like reactions?
Yeah,
like
there's no like saving throws or anything like that. So you fall, and you are going to take, you're going to take 1 point of damage of fall damage.
Okay.
So what happens is you fall into this tunnel, into this chute, and you go through this little tunnel, and you are spit out into another room.
Oh.
This room looks a lot like a greenhouse. It's hot and stuffy, but there's a sweet smell in the air. There are More oil lamps hanging from the ceiling. Glass walls, plants all over the place. What all do you two do when you see this person, your new friend, as they fall into this pit?
Oh, that's a relief.
Okay.
How far did she fall?
How far?
Yes.
And do we know that she ended up somewhere, a different room, or...
You don't know initially, but I'm sure there are ways to find out. But no, she doesn't go straight down. Kind of drops down, and then there's like a chute that okay. And she kind of slides off into another room. So even if you look down into the pit, you don't see anything. You just see that it kind of curves off in another direction. Okay. Cool. So you can't see anyone. You could probably hear something if it were loud enough, but I'm
just gonna shout into there, hello, into the bottom.
Shut up! And I want to look around and see if anybody's down here.
Okay.
Are you still alive?
Fuck up! Fine, shut up! Can I look around, or can I kind of like...
You can look around.
I will. I also want to grab my little dog, my chihuahua. I will send him down.
Animal cruelty is perfectly acceptable in this game.
Content warnings were in the description.
Content warnings. Right? Oh, yes.
Potential animal abuse.
Very graphic, very adult themes. All right, so I guess give me another presence.
Fumbled.
Okay. All right, so you send. What's your dog's name?
Fluffy.
Did you say filthy?
Fluffy.
Oh, that's...
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll call him Fluffy.
Either one works actually.
Yeah.
Filthy.
Filthy. You piece of trash. I love you.
Yeah, I think filthy. Well, yeah, filthy. Sorry,
What can filthy do?
He can attack.
That's pretty much it, huh?
That's what garbage can do, which is what my dog's name is.
Can it differentiate between friend or foe?
He only obeys me. That's what it says. Okay. He can bite.
All right.
That's as much as I got about
we'll
it.
We'll assume Filthy's a good boy.
Yeah.
And
well, I didn't tell him to attack. I just kind of
fair, right? That's fair.
Yeah.
So Filthy comes down. You see a little Chihuahua come down there with you. You didn't initially notice anything else. However, what you start to hear some kind of rustling in some of the plants.
Oh no.
And you see a few. Let's see. They really try to. Okay, we'll just say they. They don't give any really description about some of these individuals. So 3 young individuals. They're all dressed in rags. Start kind of peeking their way through some of the plants and some of the foliage, and they're just kind of staring at you and now your puppy, and then and just start kind of licking their lips.
I'll hold on to that femur, and that's my weapon. Just
yeah.
Okay, and start saying like, "Whoa, boy, come on, it's not snack time. It's not snack time. Stay back.
He
I'm
won't
warning
obey you.
I am
So
presenting.
he's probably just wandering off.
No way, man. I'm holding him back.
Okay.
Or I'm pretending to. I'm going to try to hold this dog back.
Okay.
I'm saying, stay back.
So
Stay back.
as
Won't
it-
have any problems.
So as you're doing that, again, they start coming up to you, and then what they do is they grab they grab you by the hands, and then they try to bring you farther into the rest of the throughout the rest of the another part of the greenhouse, and then they bring you in front of.
No.
So there's 3 of them. So they grab you and they bring you in front of a long-haired woman in basically just wearing like a potato sack with holes cut into it for arms, and she notices you and she says, welcome, please join us. And then the other 3, they release you, and then they all kind of sit around too, and they're the look on their faces is more kind of like excited. It's like, oh, people, rather than ferocious or angry or mean or anything like that. They're all excited that someone new is here. So they invite you to sit down. There's a little bit of a campfire, and you even see there's rations and even like a little teapot. One of them starts like pouring you some tea and starts gathering some rations and the woman invites you to have a seat and maybe have a drink.
What is all this? Who are you people?
It's like, my name is Leslie. I've been here in the tunnels for a little bit, trying to find a way to deal with Fletcher.
Who's Fletcher?
You haven't met Fletcher yet? I guess it's only you. You haven't met Fletcher yet? Well, you're one of the lucky ones then. He is awful. He is just awful. I'm trying to find a way to be rid of him.
What has he done that's so awful? I just got here.
So are we going down the hatch too, or?
I was about to ask, did they take the dog?
They didn't take the dog. They just brought them
He
along
won't
with.
listen to me, so
No, but like, because my point with dropping him was to hear if he died or if it was safe to go back down there.
Well, there was probably lots of barking as
Okay.
the individuals were coming
So
up.
then, if I hear him barking that he's fine, I'm gonna go down the chute.
Okay. So you go down the chute.
And then I'll follow too.
All right. So one of the other individuals, one of the other hosts of the party, they bring you over to join. What was your character's name again? I should have asked for this.
Waft?
Graft.
Waft? Like a fart? Wafting through the wind?
Keep one eye open when you sleep tonight.
No.
If you make it that far.
No.
All right. So she tells you about Fletcher, the cannibal warlock.
Ooh.
He's about tells you that he's bald, covered in tattoos, and he rules the Accursed Den. And she talks about her disdain for hating him, and that the only reason that she and her folks are safe down there is because he physically cannot fit down that tunnel to get into that room.
Oh, shit.
Because he is that
He's
big.
a big boy.
He's a big boy. So she has been trying to devise ways to take care of him.
So is there any insight that you can give us right now?
Let's see.
Because this is incredibly fascinating. This whole little group just living down here in the... You know this is like called the Accursed Den, right? Was this really the safest place? There's no sunlight in here. How are these plants growing? What's going... I don't understand.
We don't have to understand. there is no question. There is
not enough time.
There is no sun in this world anyway.
Oh yeah, I suppose there's not. Shit.
She also tells you about. The gut worm.
Fuck.
Ew.
And how she is trying to turn the gut worm against Fletcher.
Okay.
And that
Is
she...
this like his steed?
Something like that. It is a creature that, give me, what is it, a presence, get another presence check.
18.
-2.
So,
We just walked up. We weren't
right. Based on what she's telling you, and what the seer told you, when you guys left, that's probably the thing that he was talking about. The large, snake-like creature that also lives in here that Fletcher controls. Fletcher has control of, that he uses to, take care of things. Let's see.
Okay.
So she tells you about the gut worm, and that she seeks the tunnels and the caves beneath the den that contains ROTBLACK SLUDGE that she believes that consuming would give you unique powers and be able to control creatures. But any time that she's tried to confront the gut worm, that it attacks her immediately.
Even after you drink the sludge too?
Right. Because Fletcher controls the gut worm. So.
Okay. So, get a hold of Fletcher and then be able to control the gut worm.
Well, I think we want to...
Is what?
Don't you want to do the opposite? Because Fletcher controls the gut worm, so if he controls the gut worm... Weren't you trying to get control of the gut worm to use it against Fletcher?
That was one of the goals, but the power over the gut worm seems unrelenting.
Right. It seems that the gut worm is probably not as strong as Fletcher,
So, go for the gut worm.
somehow. Have you tried anything else with the gut worm?
I have not yet, since anytime I try to get close, it attacks immediately. And
So you found sludge and drank sludge, and then that didn't work, so you just gave up?
correct.
Okay.
Again, no, there are no heroes here. She just wants the stuff for her own her own motivations. She's trying to, let's see.
Well, have you heard about any princes being taken here?
Well, I don't know the people that they bring in, but there seemed to have been someone that they brought in recently who caused quite a commotion. I don't know who it was, but there are many prisoners here. I'm surprised you haven't run into any of them yet, but there are many prisoners throughout. He could very well be one of them.
Where do they take the new prisoners?
Oh, most of the prisoners are still in the cell room. What's left of them. But there are many rooms here in the den. He could be in any of them, if not the cell room.
Okay. Was this the only way in here? Because this kind of fell into our lap. Not really sure how to get to these other rooms. What's maybe the most direct way?
Right. Before we get to that, as you all are conversing, The other folks have brought in all of you guys, your own little cups of tea and whatnots. Why doesn't everyone give me another? I mean, there's only 4 abilities, so another presence check.
Oh, 16.
Be a 10.
Okay. So, 7. Okay, well, the 16 would... As you're going to... Before you take a drink of it, there's... It seems to give you... it seems to be kind of invigorating. That maybe if you drank this, it might... I mean, you haven't done any battle, but it might have some healing compounds or something like that if you were to drink it. But I will let you guys decide what you want to do with that.
So, from what I can tell, it seems like drinking this might boost me in some way.
That you can tell.
Well, I'll drink it.
Okay.
There's no heroes here.
Is that what smells sweet?
It could just be all of the plants and the vegetation, but this also has somewhat of a sweet,
Have any of the kids had a drink?
So you're asking if you've seen any of them actually drink it? Give me another presence.
Once he drinks,
6. Damn it.
I want to see what happens when he drinks it.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait on my drinking.
I'm assuming that I've been enthralled with the story. And
Sure.
I haven't
Okay.
seen any of that.
But did you drink the tea, though?
She probably.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I'll drink it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a sip.
Huh?
A little sip.
Yeah.
All right. So as you all continue your conversation, so you two will drink the tea. You do not drink the tea. As you are continuing, she tells you about like a little a way to kind of crawl back up that tunnel.
Oh.
So there is a way to get back up to it, but it's not easy. So you only go out if you really need to. Mm-hmm. But she does tell you a way to get out. Shouldn't be much of a problem for you guys, but you, because you are not, a giant 7.5 foot tall guy that can't fit in there. So shouldn't be a problem.
Spoiler.
Now we know.
I mean, but that's what she was saying. That's like the only protection is the fact that he can't fit down here.
Right.
He cannot physically fit down here, so they're safe for now.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's see.
So no immediate effects from the tea? Good or bad?
Not immediate.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Excellent.
Okay.
Great.
All right. So as you all are probably about to, well, I'm not going to push you to it. What would you guys like to do next?
I mean, it seems like we're kind of out of... We got no more information here, so we got to move on.
So first, I have a water skin.
Okay.
I'm gonna empty it out and fill it with the tea.
Okay.
I'm gonna just carry it.
I'm gonna save that guy for later.
You can see.
It smells so good, I can't drink it right now.
Yeah, I'm full of water right now.
Okay.
Gotta save it for later. Okay.
It actually kept us pretty well hydrated in the last dungeon, so...
You're actually good. All right. So as you guys probably get ready to start heading out, you two, shocker.
Yep.
As you begin to stand up to start heading out, you notice that the ground has kind of sunken in a little bit, and it's kind of like your feet kind of start to get buried a little bit. It's hard to move, and then the walls and stuff around the walls starts to kind of like shimmer and shake a little bit, and then the 3 individuals who were being nice and cordial, they begin to attack. So the hosts will attack Grittr, who was, seemed pretty sus of everyone already to begin with. You get to go first. You see these individuals take out some knives and start to come at you guys. What would you do when you see that? There's 3 of them, long knives, no armor. Because everyone's just wearing basically just like a sack with holes cut into it. So, what would you do?
I'm gonna send Fluffy to attack.
Okay.
10.
Okay. So you do not hit.
That's for the whip. Melee or range?
What does a whip say?
D2 damage.
But it doesn't say what the...
No, the character sheets are very, very basic.
Very vague, yeah. Got it. Let's say...
Well, I would say melee because you're using it with your hand and you're never releasing the weapon.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Okay, good.
That's better. That's less worse for you?
That's like way less. One is -3, one's... And I got 10 again, so...
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you miss both of those times. So who jumps in next? So PCs are first. So you guys can...
So so I've got my Gorehound, which I'm gonna say is like an English bulldog.
Okay.
So I'm gonna send the English bulldog, and so here it actually says attacks with a DR10.
Okay.
So
He's a beefier dog.
and that's an 11, so that'll attack with a D6. So one of them takes 2 damage.
Okay.
Just the one, whichever one's closest to me, I guess. And then I'll attack with my Warhammer. And that's going to be a 19, which is another...
Yep, another hit.
And so the damage is it's just straight damage on the D6, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's 1 damage.
Okay. Yes, it is straight. It is straight. It's a straight roll, unless it says there are some instances where it will say plus this, plus your strength, plus whatever.
Okay.
So we did 2 on one person, and you did 1 on the same person or a different person?
Oh, the same one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Take that.
So Graft is next.
All right. I'll take the femur in one hand and go for. I'm gonna try to throw the femur.
Okay.
And donk someone bonk him on the head and make him go down.
Okay.
And then hopefully bash him. So let's see.
Okay. Go, roll for bonk.
Okay. 9. Oops.
Okay. Nope. Not gonna do it.
So then I'm just gonna run up instead and hit him with a crowbar.
Okay.
That's a 7.
Okay. Not gonna do
Can
it.
you attack with 2 different weapons on the same?
I don't know. I have no idea. You
Yeah,
attacked
I don't
3 times. So
Well,
what's the?
I have my
Well, we have
I have
dice.
garbage.
Oh, garbage. Right.
Well, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes for right now anyway until I find otherwise. So let's see.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, until I find otherwise.
We're about to get killed, so... Let's see this.
All right. All right. So one of these individuals, the one that you hit, not too pleased with that, is going to go after you. So roll your. It's going to go after Nifehl. Roll your defense. I was about to grab dice. Roll your defense.
That's going to be a 21.
Nice. So this does not do any damage on. So they go up, try to stab you. You're able to just easily avoid it. Another one comes up and tries to attack Graft. Go ahead and roll me your defense.
I think that's a 4.
Okay, so that is not going to succeed. Yeah. So they are going to roll a d6 of knifey damage. So so they're able to get a little slice into you for 1 point of damage. And then one of the other ones is going to go after Grittr. Go ahead and roll your defense. DR 12. plus agility.
3.
All right, that does not do it. So, also with a big long knife, it's gonna try. Oh, that's another 1.
Oh,
So
Okay.
for 1 damage.
If I got armor that says minus d6 damage, do I just roll a d6?
Yes. So you roll a d6, and so it's minus that.
Okay, so it's 2.
All right. So
No
and you
damage.
didn't. And you don't have armor.
I do not. Nope.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she doesn't.
Not at all.
Okay, so you actually avoid the. So she goes up. What kind of armor? What type of armor?
Split
is it?
armor.
Nice, very good. Okay, so yeah, this individual tries to go in up. Makes contact, but just catches right in between those splints, and you don't take any actual damage to that. So that means Grittr, that you get to respond.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh.
Okay. Fluffy's gonna go attack first. 15, yes.
Yep.
16. Okay, where's- 1 damage from Fluffy, and then I will whip. And I miss.
Okay. And so that means Nifehl was next.
All right. So then Garbage is going to go and try to bite him, and that is going to be a 12 on the DR10.
Yep.
So then, let's see. That's going to be 5 damage.
All right. So one of the critter you were working on goes down.
Just right in the carotid. I feel like he just gets him.
The
You know?
child.
Yeah. Well,
Child.
fuck around, find out.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go to the one on Grittr.
Okay.
And then attack it with my warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
That's
No. All right. And so Graft, what do you do next?
I think I would rather hit these little guys right now. Just for now. Okay. I'm not going to. That was a, I don't know, 4?
Okay. Yeah, that will
Yeah.
not hit. You don't gotta ask me. The challenge is 12
Yeah.
every time.
We
So,
know.
all right. All right. So there's only 2 of these folks left.
Yikes.
One that got hurt by Grittr is going to go after Grittr. Roll your defense, please and thank you.
Okay.
Got to be ready. Could be any time.
13.
Yeah. So you defend against it. Another one of the other ones who saw the other one that maybe Graft was going against is going to go up against you. Roll your defense, Graft.
Yeah, 18.
Nice. So y'all's defenses are more gooder. So that's good. All right. So that means Grittr is up first again.
Okay. My little chihuahua misses. And then I'm gonna try a bite attack, which is DR10.
Okay.
And I still miss.
Get over here.
Me and my dog are doing the same move and missing.
So then Garbage is going to go up to that same guy and going to hit. That was a 19 and take that's the little dude. Second little dude's going to take 3 damage.
Yep.
Next to Grittr, and then I'm going to hit him with the warhammer,
Yep.
and that's a 20
20-something to hit.
20-something to hit.
Yep. Do it.
And then that's going to be 5 damage.
Yep. So another one goes down. How
Right
does
in
that
the
look?
skull. Just so again, Garbage goes for the carotid as he's gnawing on his thigh. That's the one in the thigh, right? The carotid artery.
Yes. I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna call it that. All of our medical professionals out there, you just keep quiet, okay? And then I'm just gonna.
Well, actually.
Well, I know where the skull is. Smack.
All right. Good stuff. So only one of these people's left. They don't have a morale score. So if you guys didn't read up on morale, yeah, like, most things won't just fight to the death.
Right.
Like at a certain point, once you get to a certain point, they'll roll, and they'll see what happens if they like GTFO or what. But these don't have a score, so I guess they're gonna go full tilt and just go after it. All right, so I guess Graft is up next.
Great. Yeah.
So you got one individual left.
Yeah. Let's go with that crowbar. That's gonna be 13.
Yep.
Okay. Sweet.
For how much? How much damage?
2.
Nice. All right. And so this last person is going to kind of go for broke. Hail Mary it is going to go after Graft. Roll your defense. Well, you just hit them.
No, but how dare they? That's gonna be 12.
Nice. All right.
Whoa.
So you're able to avoid this knife attack from this individual. And so it's back to Grittr.
I'm gonna try to attack first, so and I will miss my bite, and my chihuahua will come, and he will miss his bite.
So, Garbage is going to go for the femoral artery, which is in the thigh.
Okay.
The carotid is in the neck, apparently.
Oh, okay.
And he's gonna miss that.
Oh.
Does my strength doesn't apply to them unless it says so, right? Like I rolled a 9, but I have a +1 strength.
Right.
But the bite for him is a DR10.
Correct. Yeah, it would.
That's just a straight roll for
Yeah,
for
I
him,
think
is what
so.
I'm saying.
And, yeah,
Okay.
I believe that is correct.
And then I'm gonna smack out with my warhammer, and that is not gonna hit. It's 11.
All right. And so Graft is up.
Yeah.
Finally.
That looks like a 12.
Yep, that'll do it.
Alright. Nice. 1 damage.
All right. I mean, they're wearing them down.
Yeah. That is a little
It's a little dodgy bastard.
Yeah.
psychological, just playing with it.
I'm
Yeah.
out of my bite game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. It says they never retreat. That's why. That's why they don't have them. They don't have.
Wild.
That's why they don't have a morale. All right. Okay. So this critter goes after you guys as Graft. You're the last person to hit it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll me a defense.
16.
Nice. All right. So again, does nothing. You're just at this point. You're just toying with this person, right? Gritter's up.
I will bite. I rolled both of them together, just make
I
it
got you.
easy, and they both hit. So
Nice. Do it.
D6 and D4.
Unless you just rolled. I mean, well, let me just wait. Unless you roll really bad.
Two ones. 6 damage.
Yeah. All right. So what does that look like?
So I'm gonna go for an arm, and I want the chihuahua to go for his leg, and we want to pull him up. Yeah.
Gory. All right. So now you get. So as you literally rip this one to pieces, if your inventory supports it, let's say that you have you have an arm and a leg that you can literally use if you want
Excellent.
to. Literally. If your inventory supports it, there are now no more of these, hysterical hosts, and the woman Leslie has disappeared. You don't know where. She has ducked off into who knows where. But she has already told you on how to get out. So what all would you like to do?
There's nothing else in this room that we can see, right?
In this room, let's see. You see the oil lamps, the glass-walled room, all of the plants. Let's see. There is now, like right now, all you can see is just wall-to-wall plants. There's that little pathway in between where the people brought you to their little encampment, if you can call it that. And then there's only one path back and forth that takes you back to the tunnel. And again, Leslie already told you about the crawl space and the way to get back up the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. So can we try to shimmy back up the
I think so.
spider crawl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you ungracefully make your way back up the tunnel, back up into the hallway you just came from, and it would seem almost nothing has changed. There's still the path a little bit farther down. You see a glowing light from that room at the end of the tunnel, at the end of the hallway, or back the way you came. The other doorway, and then the doorway with the scratching behind the door. With what you learned from Leslie, you could probably assume that maybe that's one of the cell rooms or the cell room where they keep some of the prisoners. But yeah.
Are we hearing any more screaming?
No more than usual.
Oh, okay.
It's all relative, right?
If it's silent, just scratching, it's probably just the prisoner, right? So
Right.
maybe like
It's just a Tuesday.
yeah.
That's all it is. Nothing special.
Yikes. Okay. Ooh.
So so north or south from the tunnel. North goes to the other room at the end of the hall. South goes back through to the doorways.
Wait, I think we want to go the other way, right? Then what
Tell
we came?
me.
Other way than where we came?
Yeah,
like,
the
as in
opposite. Like we want to keep going.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just want to confirm.
No.
Want to make sure you guys aren't like, fuck this. We're already out. Who the fuck's gonna stop us now?
Weird dude that magically showed up and released us from the dungeon.
Oh,
Wouldn't come back and find us with a vengeance.
You don't know his deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He could have literally just been the security guard. You know what I mean?
He probably wants to sacrifice the prince.
Yeah. I mean, could be. Could be.
Yeah, I really don't know
All right.
why he had that opinion of the brother. I don't know. Maybe the pain was better.
So you continue down the hallway. There is a subtle smell of sulfur in the air. The violin music gets louder and louder as you proceed down the hallway.
Great. What's this door?
As you approach the room, there's not a door. It just kind of opens up into this other room. There are more oil lamps. There's oil lamps everywhere. Let's assume oil lamps everywhere. It is literally written on at every room. And there is a giant rusty water pump that is, and the pan underneath it, the catch pan, is just this muddy, gross liquid. You see a hatch on the bottom, on the floor, and then from the farthest corner of this room, there are two massive black doggies, and they are extremely territorial, and they come right after you guys. So let's say I will roll and see who they go after first. All right, so they see Graft first, and they go for a bite. Why don't you roll your defense?
17.
All right, that is able to avoid a bite from one of these doges. Okay, so there are two of them. One is going to go after Grittr. Go ahead and roll your defense.
11.
That does not do it, so you are going to get D4 plus 1. That is 4 damage.
My armor.
And how much? Yeah, how much?
5.
Nice. So you don't actually take any damage.
Yeah.
The doge comes up to you, tries to bite down in your arm. It doesn't hurt. It's just more annoying, and he's kind of has it kind of snagging at your arm. With that being said, Grittr, why don't you go ahead and go next?
You want to bite me? I'll bite you back.
Bite the dog.
So I missed, but my little chihuahua hit.
Yeah.
One. For 1 damage.
Okay. All right. So, Graft, what would you do?
We're gonna go ahead and hit this bad boy and miss.
Okay. And then Nifehl, what would you do?
So Garbage is going to go for the first dog, whichever one's closer, with a 19.
Yep.
And then that's going to be 2 damage.
Yep.
And I'm going to smack that same one with my Warhammer, and that's going to be an 18 for 6 damage.
Okay, one doge is down. How does that look?
So the dog that's attacking, I don't know, whichever one, attacking Grittr, goes up and starts nipping. Garbage is nipping out his hind legs, and then I come in and just smack it right in the head and just
Nice. All right.
Dunzo.
Did you enter us in your inventory?
Did I what?
Did you enter us in your inventory? Because you're carrying all the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my back.
Would you be sure to enter us
Yeah.
in your equipment?
All right. So one of these doges, with the other doge left, he did not beat his morale. He's going to stay in the fight. So he's going to go ahead and attack Nifehl for... Nope. You roll. You roll for your defense. I was about to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is going to be a 12.
All right. So no damage there. You also have armor, right? Like actual armor?
Yeah, I have armor.
Yeah. So he tries to nip at you. The armor does nothing. I mean, the armor defends very well against it. You feel no pain, no damage.
Nice.
And that means it was... Who was first? Was that Grittr or Graft?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait.
Was it Grittr? I think it was Grittr.
I think it was.
Yeah.
And I hit.
Okay.
For 4 damage.
Not bad, not bad. Still in the fight. Not looking good, though. So Graft.
Great. I'm gonna switch to the femur and see if I don't beat this dog. Some bone. Nope, not even.
Okay.
Nope. Dang.
Nifehl, one more doge to go.
All right, so Garbage is gonna miss, and then I'm gonna miss.
Okay, so this last doge is a little more ferocious.
I'm still gloating over the
Right,
last
it's like
doge.
this stupid dog. Watch this. Stupid dog. All right, so let's see. Go ahead and roll. Nifehl, go ahead and roll your defense. He's going to go ahead and go after you. You're the last one to try to hit it.
Okay. That is a 12.
All right, so you beat that one. Grittr, what...
We only bite on this side of the thing.
Biter, not fighter. Silly.
Spider. He gets a free attack on me.
Oh, what?
If I roll a 1 or 2 on my d6.
Oh, so yeah, okay. So he gets a free attack on you, so go ahead and roll your defense.
Yeah. That's part of
Part of the bite.
Oh! And a 3 on the defense.
All right, so you did not defend. He is going to go ahead and do... he's going to try to do 4 damage on you, but what is your armor?
3.
All right, so you take 1 damage. Not bad, not bad. All right, so Graft is up.
All right, let's beat these dogs.
Nope. All right, so it's
dang.
what?
It's swinging at the wall.
Last round, and I was just like, right in front of them.
How well do these
You're
oil
like-
lamps actually light the place? Like,
You're walking around like Brick with the grenade. Ah! You're not doing anything. Nifehl is up next.
All right, so garbage is going to miss his bite, and then I am going to hit with the warhammer. It's 19, and that's 5 damage.
All right, what does that look like?
So this time, I do like another just swing here, except I'm going over again, just like mad after missing the first couple times, and then just poof, right in like the back of the neck, and just crunch it down.
Crunchy, yeah. So now you got 2 Doge corpses here now, and so let's see. What do we got? What else do we got? All right. So yeah, you got these 2 Doge corpses now. You still see the pump, the hatch, and what you didn't notice, but when you first got in here, since you had to deal with these rabid dogs when you first got in, there was also a hole in the wall. So as you walked into the room, the pump is off to the left side of the room. The dogs came from the far left corner. The hatch is kind of in the middle of the room. But on the right side of the wall, there is a hole in the wall. And as you kind of look through it, you see it goes off into some kind of empty cavern. But it's not really empty. You can actually see like some kind of large pillar, like straight in the middle of whatever that next room is. But everything inside of this room is just black. It's dark. If you actually go up to look and actually look through the hole, you will see there is no ground. There's no floor to that wall. It's like this large pit, and it is full of this wrought black sludge that Leslie was probably what Leslie was talking about previously.
okay.
But the ways out of the room are, well, back the way you came, or there's a hatch in the floor.
I think she did mention under, right? The den was where he. Isn't that right? Did I miss that? I don't know. I thought I was tripping with T.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? I think I do want to try to fill up the water skin with the sludge. Just
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, it's just a hole in the wall. You can't actually. You can see it. It's just like a hole. You know what I mean? You can't
okay.
like.
It's not like us to jump in.
No.
Okay.
Not from here. Not from this room.
Okay.
Oh.
Hatch it in.
Teaser.
Down the hatch, I guess, right?
Literally.